The following has been paid for by the Pens World Order. Well, a lot of other YouTubers have done this, and well, I'm going to do the same thing. Not a lot of shtick, not a lot of yelling with this. This is my state of the channel address, year end thing. Um, so I really don't know how much I'm going to say with this, but just like and subscribe to the channel. I've been really appreciative for everything a lot of you have done for watching this channel over the past year. Um, this was my first year of a full calendar year of consistently doing these recap videos here on YouTube. And it's been really interesting. I've gained 34 followers this year somehow. Um, I've gotten over 3,000 views this year, and the watch time of over 100, about 135 hours. And I don't know how many videos exactly I've put out, but there's been a lot. And this year I did as much Pittsburgh Penguins videos as I could do, game recaps, trades, thoughts on the draft, thoughts on the season, players getting traded, Mike Lang dying, trades, rants and raves, and other stuff. And as some of you who watch this consistently probably know, this is heavily influenced and inspired by Steve Dangle. I mean, he is my spirit animal, and I highly doubt he's ever going to see this. But this is done in the veins like LFR or Predemption, a guy who does Nashville Predators ones, and he does good. He really does. And I don't know how many others that do this in this style for a specific team. I also did wrestling videos during the off season, just basically to keep the channel going. I'm not a big believer of taking time off from YouTube because, unfortunately, if you do a lot of that, then you're going to get lost. And I didn't want to get lost. I wanted to make sure that there was 1 or 2 videos that came out on this channel a month during the slow periods, especially once we got to July and August. And I will admit, once I got to April, and especially with how the Penn season was going, I was pretty glad to stop doing these videos. But as always, like with my hockey podcast, which is the Grit and Bear It podcast, which is a Hershey Bears one, I know it's very counter to what I'm doing here, but I want to keep stuff going. So I guess I just want to say thank you to all of you who have watched, who've liked, who've disliked, who've disagreed with me, who have actually called me names. And that's the business. That's me putting myself out there to be watched, to be laughed at, the good and the bad kind, because, well, this is a performance in front of a camera. That's what this is. There are a few people I do want to thank. The Old City Sports Network that I'm a part of, they more support my podcast. They do not directly support these videos, but I know that I do post it on their chat for them to see or to at least watch. And I'm very appreciative of everything they've done. Also, the Hockey Podcast Network, who I was with we parted ways and parted company in August for me to go to Old City Sports. And, I know I've got friends over there. The Penguins Collective, as well, as they live stream after every Pittsburgh Penguins game, regardless of time. God bless them for what they do. And I'm sure there's others that I forgot as well. So So what's the future of what I'm going to be doing on this channel? Well, I'm not going anywhere. Like in The Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. I'm still going to do these Pens videos. I'm still going to do wrestling recaps and predictions when the time comes. I'll do the big four: Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and a bit more consistently once we hit the hockey off season. That's basically April to August. I'll do those a bit more consistently. But Pittsburgh Penguins stuff, that's going to keep coming, either after every game or the next day. The next day I got to do for West Coast games. But I know there's one thing I'd love to do, and that's a long-form video, and one person I forgot to thank on here, and that is Urinating Tree, one of the best sports YouTubers I watch, and is another inspiration for me doing this. Also, Red 86, whatever his numbers is, he's a college football version of Urinating Tree and is fantastic at what he does. I wanted to do a long form video like what they do, except about the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Baby Penguins and maybe some other American Hockey League teams. The problem is with my ADHD, and I've been diagnosed since I was 7, is I want to do things, but I don't know the time, I don't know the resources. And then once I see something's hard to do, I don't. So I don't know if I'll ever do that. Maybe I need an editor, maybe I need a producer, I don't know. And as much as I want to take the next step with these videos, I don't know what that next step is. I really don't. Because I'd love to do more stuff like this for a living, but I can't. Not right now. Also, before I do go off of this, there is one other big project I'm working on this year. I'm looking to get my first fantasy novel published this year. I have a name set out for it. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I am looking in the second half of 2026 to publish this book, most likely through self-publishing. I've gone through some BookTube on ways to edit the story because the manuscript's already done. The manuscript's already done, and I just need to get it edited down, and then probably edit it again. I don't want to have to rewrite the whole darn thing, but that might happen. And I will need to, book cover and a bunch of other things to get this published. But I really want to do that this year. I want to have a physical copy of that book, the author's copy of that book in my hand, and a picture of it in my hand this year. And I believe that I have a path to do that. And I want to do that. It's probably the first part of a saga because I have other manuscripts and stories in this fantasy world that I want to put out there. And that's what this year is going to be for me. This is the year of putting myself out there to be seen. I know I've already done it on YouTube this year, but that's what I'm going to do. So I have a lot of things on my plate. I don't even know if they are going to happen. But the best thing I could ask of any of you to do is to continue to support the channel. Viewing is free, subscribing is free, liking is free. That's all I ask. I'm not going to ask money yet. No, I'd love to do that, but I'm not asking any money on here. I don't have sponsors for this. I know I call this the Pens World Order. I don't have a fancy backdrop. I just have a wall. And that's something I want to keep the image of this video. This video is very bare bones. I don't have a fancy title. I don't have an LED backdrop. All I have is a Penguins Nation banner on my wall. I wear jerseys. I wear a hat. I don't have this room covered. I don't. All you get is me. And a hat, a big imagination, and a loud mouth. And for YouTube, that's all that you need. But honestly, thank you all my friends, my hockey brethren, my brothers, to all of you who keep this going. Because in the words of Wall Street, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not fucking going anywhere. See you next time.